Greetings again everybody, and welcome to what's left of Contra. At this time we're going to tackle the final two levels of the game, and the first one is gonna be the hangar, and the hangar is my least favorite level of the game. The reason for that will become obvious fairly soon. So, you remember when I said that the game has very few bullshit moves, or rather, it has none except for very late in the game? Yeah, it's that late in the game. And there it is! Sudden spiky walls out of nowhere. They do show up with a little bit of a warning, but it's not obvious enough in my opinion. If you don't know that they're coming, you will run into them and you will die. Aside from that, they don't really add anything to the level design aside from making you wait, and that's never a good thing. Forcing the player to wait can be interesting, but in this case it doesn't work at all. See those arms that come down there and try to grab us, smash us, kill us, whatever. They actually are kinda nice, because they don't force you to wait necessarily. They force you to be more careful, and that'll slow you down a bit. But it doesn't really strike me as a terrible idea like sudden spiky walls out of nowhere. Speaking of spiky walls, there's more of them. At least those don't show up out of nowhere. They're just there, but still they don't add much. In this case, the bottom part is more challenging to me even because you can't destroy the spiky walls. But yeah, those arms move in very predictable patterns. And if you just look at them for a second or two, you will be able to find a way to get through easily. This one, for instance, is particularly nice. And then there's a big move at the end of it. But yeah, we will not have to deal with any more of those walls or arms now. And just some fairly basic running and gunning, and oh look, a sad excuse for a boss. This is how you deal with it even if you don't have the spread gun. Though if you have the spread gun, it's much easier because you can do it in one go. And yes, awesome! A jumping made me an avatar of that, by the way. On to the final level. Now the final level, like all levels, is a little bit different from any of those that were before it, but this is the final level, so it really should be. It should be memorable, and oh god, look at this. It looks freaky as hell and I love it. This level, unlike any of the others, doesn't feel any randomly spawning enemies, and this one is based on a xenomorph. But yeah, do it like this, not much of a problem. Even without the spread gun, you should be able to take it out fairly easily. If you just wait long enough for it to actually shoot out a lot of its shrimps, it will become difficult. Just don't let that happen and you'll be golden. Those guys, well, they're also easily dealt with, I'm sad to say. The final level's kind of easy. Too easy in my opinion. But yeah, as long as you get as few of those guys on screen at the same time or bring the spread gun, you will also not have any trouble dealing with those. And now just look at the contractions in the level. They become faster and slower randomly whenever we kill something. It's like we really kill a big living thing from the inside. Kinda fucked up if you think about it. But yeah, those are pretty much the only enemies aside from the mini-boss here, except maybe the facehuggers here too, yeah, facehuggers. There's facehuggers and xenomorphs here. And the facehuggers are actually spawned by this here, the final boss, also known as the Alien Heart. The Alien Heart's only attack is spawning facehuggers, and you can actually shoot the spawners. You can shoot all of them if you wish. To make it a little easier, you can also shoot none of them, which you can do just as well, I guess. And oh, look at the contractions becoming faster now. I really love that detail, and I don't know why they put it out of the game. Out of the US and European versions, that is. But look at that, we now destroyed the Alien Heart. It's kind of anticlimactic, but I love the final level regardless. The music's nice, the theme is nice, and yeah, I just really like it somehow. I don't need to be able to explain why, right? But yeah, this sequence of climbing into the helicopter was new as well. This one, we already know this one though. And there we go. Let the credits roll. So yeah, I might have been a little bit of a dick when I just pretended that the game is really easy all this time. It might not actually be. A lot of people seem to have trouble with it. They can only beat it with the Konami code. And I'm not saying that the game is ridiculously easy, just it is easy to me. Most likely because I had a lot of practice. I played the game a lot as a child. And I had to do it without the Konami code, which is probably the reason I got actually good at it. So if you want to get good at the game, use a Konami code. Still, it is probably the easiest Contra game that I know of. But I don't really want to make you feel bad about not being as good at the game as I am, because it took me a lot of time and a lot of practice actually. Oh, and the run you saw was all from my successful attempt, except for the part where I failed. That obviously wasn't. But I think that's about all I can say right now. So I hope you enjoyed this little run through Contra, and I see you whenever I do my next Let's Play type thing.